Hey everyone, it's Finn here. Hope you're all doing super well because I definitely am not. 6-1 Manchester United. Who concedes 6 goals from Tottenham Hotspurs? That is so embarrassing. And the only reason I didn't cry myself to sleep last night was the fact that Villa beat Liverpool 7-2. But at least until the halfway point, Liverpool looked like they could catch up because they kept a fighting spirit where Manchester United, when we conceded 2 goals, we looked like we were out of the game. We looked like we were done, which is so embarrassing to say. We've got no leadership in the squad. Let's be real. We don't have an actual manager. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is not a proven successful manager, and we've only brought in one player this transfer window, which, yes, Donny van de Beek, amazing player, amazing signing, bargain deal, but we don't play him, so it does not matter. And that's why in today's video, guys, I'll be discussing everything wrong with Manchester United at the moment, and I will be analyzing the game versus Spurs. So if you are new to this channel, please do consider subscribing. Channel's been going kind of slow lately. The subscribers haven't gone up that much as of late, and I would really appreciate the support, so thank you so much for that. But as I said, I think the main thing it comes down to is the fact that we don't have ambition to improve in this club. We had major problems last season and we knew we had to bring in some really big players, but yet all we've brought in is Donny van de Beek, who, yes, great signing, but we don't play him. He's gotten a goal and an assist for us, but yet he still doesn't get into the starting lineup. I mean, what does he have to prove? We made 2 midfield signings at halftime versus Tottenham Hotspurs, and none of them was Donny van de Beek. It was Scott and Fred, who, yes, very good midfielders, but at the same time, we kept on Paul Pogba. That I don't understand. Paul Pogba, after Harry Maguire, was the worst player on the pitch for us versus Spurs. He couldn't string 2 passes together. He looked pathetic for Manchester United. He gave away 2 to 3 goals in the second half and gave them the first goal in the game for Tottenham Hotspurs. Paul Pogba is an awful player, and I think it's just because of the amount we bought him for that we start him. Start Donny van de Beek over Pogba, for Christ's sakes. I don't understand why we play Pogba. I think it is just because of how much we bought him for, and to be honest, we need to sell him. I mean, we talk about the fact that on his day, he's one of the best midfielders in the world. But when is his day? He has like one day every Premier League season, and that's about it. And at this rate, I think we would be lucky to sell him for £40 million. I would be happy to sell Paul Pogba for £40 million, and I think that is his worth. To be honest, to be lucky to sell him for £40 million. But other than that, Harry Maguire, what an awful game for him. I mean, how is this man our captain? As I said, there is no leadership in the squad, or at least we don't select the right leaders. Poor David De Gea, who has fought for this club. Yes, he has not had the best season or two for the last 2 seasons, but for 7 years, he has carried the club on his back. And Harry Maguire comes in from Leicester City as the most expensive centre-back in the world, and he's given the captain's armband. Why? Why is that? Is he given the armband because of his price tag? And why does he have the price tag? Rival fans have been saying this for a year now, and now I'm starting to question it. Is it because he came from Leicester City? Is it because he got a header in the World Cup for England that he's the most expensive centre-back in the world? I've said this in every United video, but for a club run by businessmen, we are so bad at business. Harry Maguire, why is he our leader? The commentators said in the game, it's not about playing your best 2 centre-backs together. It's about playing the best partnership, the best centre-backs that work together, and at the moment, we don't have that. We've got so many centre-backs, yet none of them look good. I'd rather have played Chris Smalling in that game, who had an amazing season for Roma, over Harry Maguire, who actually looks like he wants to fight for the club as he came back to fight for the club, although he had a great season at Roma. Harry Maguire, in the first goal alone for Spurs, made 3 mistakes. I mean, as a professional centre-back, you cannot do that. Gave the ball away once, gave it away twice, put pressure on our defence, then pulled back Luke Shaw. How horrible is that as a centre-back? I don't understand how you have that ability to do that. On Harry Maguire's best day, he might be as good as Joe Gomez from Liverpool, to be honest, if Harry Maguire is lucky. Second goal, Harry Maguire, once again, marking a man on the floor. Harry Kane is lying on the floor. Maguire, don't mark him. Mark Heung-min Son, who is making a run, stand between them and make the interception. You do not deserve to be the leader of this club, Harry Maguire. And I'm sorry to say that, but I think it was such a poor decision from Solskjaer to make that decision to make him captain. And you can see Solskjaer's tactics. We need a proper manager, because the third goal we conceded, Eric Bailly, finally given a chance in the Premier League, gives away a goal, passes it centrally, and there we go, Spurs 3-1 up. And that's not a player's decision to pass centrally, although Bailly could have executed that better. It is a manager's decision to say, okay, when you get the ball from the back, pass centrally, pass wide, and that's where I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's tactics fall apart, because he had no plan B for this game, and we fell apart fast. We need Pochettino. Pochettino, a great manager, although isn't known for winning trophies, he at least has a reputation as looking like a good manager. And he's been out of a job for a year now. But we keep Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I don't understand why. He's not proven as a good manager, and he's a club legend as a player. But that is all he is, and that's probably all he's ever going to be. I respect and I understand his vision. I know where he wants to be, but he does not have the ability to get us there. It's like a world-class chef or a normal chef knowing the meal he wants to create. If you do not have the ingredients or you do not have the strategy to get you there, you're never going to achieve it. Even if you know what you want, if you don't have the right strategy or ingredients, you're not going to achieve that. And Solskjaer, love the man to bits. I know what he wants for the club, but I don't think he's the right man to get us there at all. Second of all, I do think luck did play a part, because, that Martial red card is probably the worst referee decision I've ever seen in my entire life. So Martial gets elbowed in the face by Lamela. Martial touches Lamela on the chin, and Lamela falls to the ground. I have friends that refuse to watch football because they think all it is acting out and diving. And I'm sure you guys agree with me too if you've got friends that don't support football. They dive to the ground and they say, no, it's just a bunch of diving and acting and little sissy girls on the field. Lamela, an act like that is so shameful that you have not just embarrassed your name, you have embarrassed your club, and you have embarrassed the name of football. Lamela, that is the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen. And the ref decision to, okay, look, I kind of get why he gave Martial the red card. He touched him in the face, or he fought back, or whatever. It was a bit too far, the fact that Lamela fell to the ground, because let's be honest, from what Lamela did to Martial, if instead of Martial hitting back, if Martial just fell to the ground, Lamela wouldn't have been given a red. And that is the annoying thing. I think Lamela should have been given a red as well, or better yet, just give both players a yellow card, or nothing. There was no contact whatsoever. It was the worst referee mistake I have ever seen. And at the end of the day, I think we need to bring in signings. I don't understand why we are not bringing signings into the club. It is such a poor thing. We brought in Donny van der Beek, scores a goal, scores an assist. He can't do anything more for the club, but yet he doesn't start. But it is recorded on deadline day, this video. We might bring in Edison Cavani, which, yes, he is a world-class player, 33 years old, but he is still a very good striker. But at the end of the day, that is not what we need. Edison Cavani is not the player that we need, and I'm so glad we are on a 2-week international break now, because I really can't watch United anymore. I'm going to have a heart attack before my 20th birthday. This club is going to kill me, because Edison Cavani, great player, but we don't need him. Why can we not get Jadon Sancho in? What is the problem? Why can't we already find another substitute? If this is too tricky for us, find a new right winger, and don't go for Ousmane Dembele. Why is Ousmane Dembele the player that Manchester United has to go for? That in itself is another wrong call for Manchester United. Just because he plays for Barcelona. No, that means he plays for a big club and he's got a big price tag, but he is not worth it. He doesn't score for the club, he is always injured, and I promise you, if he had the same statistics, goal and assist wise, for a smaller club, we would not be going for him. But it's because he plays for a big club like Manchester United that we want him. I don't know, Manchester United, I'm so tired of you. I'm so done. You don't know what you want to do. We are looking seriously pathetic at the moment. And Bruno Fernandes, I swear to God, if he does not score before the December or January transfer window, get him out, get him out, get him out. Otherwise, I am going to support golf from now on. No, it's not as exciting, but at least I know more or less what I'm going to get, because that was such a disappointing game. As I said, I'm just happy Liverpool ended up losing their game as well. But United, what is wrong with you? Please get a proper manager in. It doesn't matter what Solskjaer has done for this club as a player. He is not the right one. We need to bring in players. Telles is another player that we look to bring in into the left back position, which, yes, could be good, but at the end of the day, it's not the signing we need. At the end of the day, Shaw was the least of our problems in that game. We don't need a new left back, because past Shaw, we've got Williams, which my dad even pointed out to me during the game, is the fact that the young players in the squad are the only players fighting for the badge, because they know they still have to fight to get in the squad. Where a player like Pogba thinks, you know what, I'm a bit older, I've got a reputation, I don't have to fight for the badge. Where Greenwood, the young striker, was definitely the hardest working player on the pitch for us. But as I said, we don't need Telles in the left back position. Although I would say the only problem I had with Shaw, once again, was positioning. But that goes down to management. That goes down to tactics by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because too many times did Harry Maguire and Shaw swap places, and that is why we conceded our 4th goal. And that's why we conceded our 5th goal as well, because Shaw and Pogba swapped places where Shaw should be wide, or at least Pogba should close in on space. This did not look like a Premier League or previous Premier League winning club. Manchester United, if you continue playing like this, you will be lucky to get into the top 10 by the end of the season. You are an embarrassing football club. You know you have to fight harder for the badge, because at the end of the day, I am not proud of you. I am ashamed to wear this jersey, but at the end of the day, I will wear it for the rest of my life, because I support you. You are my everything. That sounds so weird to say at the end of this, but Manchester United, you are the club I will always support. But I want to support Manchester United, and I don't understand how us as the fans see these problems week in and week out. We know how to fix them, but yet the board almost doesn't, or at least they do, and they don't do anything about it, and it is extremely frustrating. Please bring Poch into the management position. That is what we need. Or Allegri, the ex-Juventus manager, or Claudio Ranieri, or someone. Bring in a good professional manager who's got experience, and please bring in players. Make the correct choices when it comes to your starting lineup. Don't do it based on the value that you brought them in. Don't do it based on price tag. Put the best players on the pitch and you will win. It is that simple. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Once again, if you are not subscribed, please do consider subscribing. Sorry if it is a bit all over the place. Once again, I just wanted to get my thoughts and opinion out there. Sorry if it is a bit spitty. I don't know why I'm spitting everywhere. It is a tiny bit gross. But guys, once again, if you have enjoyed, please do consider subscribing. Someone speak at my funeral after I have a heart attack. I love every single one of you. Stay awesome. Glory, glory, Man United. Bye.